Taylor, you can start there.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Taylor Kanost hopping in on our live stream here on Facebook as well as YouTube and WACH.com. I'm checking in here on social media tonight because we have a developing flood issue, especially across the central Midlands and in particular in Sumter County. Here is what we're seeing on the Doppler radar right now, and we'll give folks a minute to hop on here. We have basically a steady stream of storms stretching from Augusta through Columbia over to Sumter, and these are following the same path. We call that training storms, and when that happens, we get a threat for flash flooding, especially with such heavy rain we are seeing with these thunderstorms. A lot of outflow boundaries from earlier storms today, combined with the sea breeze moving through the Midlands, has been kicking off a lot of storms around the area. Those farther south in Orangeburg, those farther north in Winnsboro, not really seeing much rain today. The worst of the rain is between those two locations, virtually following I-20, and especially the worst of it has been right around here in the Midlands. So looks like we just had a new flash flood warning issued. I'll get to that in a second. Let's start with this one right here. This is for Lee, Richland, and Sumter counties, primarily northern Sumter County, until 11 o'clock this evening. And this area in particular has been hit very hard with heavy rainfall. Actual measured amounts from some home weather stations of 6 inches of rain in the last 3 hours alone. Again, these storms are following the same path, resulting in some significant rainfall. We're getting reports from the National Weather Service, and I'm going to actually pop it up here on my phone just to make sure I get it all right. Sumter Fire reporting water over the roadway on Camden Highway at Valencia Drive. That's the northwest side of Sumter City. We also have the Sumter Dispatch reporting multiple cars stuck in floodwaters around the Oakland and Dalzell areas. So that's going to be right around here between Rembert and Sumter. I would highly suggest you do not travel there in the immediate future, especially with this next round of heavy rain that's going to be heading into this flash flood warning here very soon. I would highly recommend avoiding travel in that particular part of the state for the time being. What you're seeing here are radar estimates of rainfall. Again, we have had actual measurements of 5 to 6 inches of rain around the Dalzell area and around the Oakland area. Stretching back to Claremont, radar estimating over 4 inches of rain since this afternoon, and that stretches into parts of Lee County as well, affecting Ashwood, south side of Bishopville. Radar is estimating we've had quite a bit of rain in Sumter, over 3 inches, especially on the north side of town throughout the day today. And there's been some heavy rain in the southern portions of Kershaw County as well. So a lot of people are impacted by rain, but the bullseye of the rain has been Lee, Sumter, Kershaw, and at least eastern portions of Richland County. We have this new flash flood warning that includes the city of Columbia, central and lower parts of Richland County, and I'm going to check here to see when that's in effect too, because that literally just popped up. That's in effect until 12:30 late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So let me just pull up some info here while I have you. Estimates of 2 to 3 inches of rain has already fallen in this area. So the Columbia Airport has not had nearly that much, but the east side of town, Fort Jackson, Hopkins, you've had substantially more rain. There could be an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain on top of what has already fallen. When you get that, especially in urbanized areas, that's when you can get some street flooding and some problems to be caused. So if you live in an area that typically floods, be on alert tonight. We have rising waters due to the ongoing rainfall. This has been the heaviest in Sumter, Lee, and Kershaw counties, but it's these two flash flood warnings that we're most concerned about at this moment because we have more storms heading into those areas that have already been hit quite hard. This is Future Watch. It's not doing a great job on picking up on the current situation. It's picking up on these storms, but it's not picking up on the additional rain that's popping up down here. So Future Watch clears things out pretty quickly. I think we could see storms around Columbia and around Sumter for another 2 to 3 hours. So we have more rain ahead of us, and that could lead to more flood problems in the near term for those areas. After midnight, we should start to see things settle down, especially late. We're not done with the rain, of course. We have plenty more storms coming our way this weekend, but that's how things look for the time being. Let's get a check of some of the DOT cameras. I know it's dark out, so you can't see a whole lot. Here's I-26 over the Broad River. You can see plenty of ponding on the roadways there. Here's I-26 near Casey, near the airport. Lexington dealing with some rainfall as well. And that's I-26 in Pine Ridge on the south side of Columbia, where some heavy rain continues to fall as well. Here's the new warning. Flash flood warning includes Columbia, the majority of the Columbia Metro, over to the eastern side of Richland County. That is in effect until 12:30 this morning. We have another burst of heavy rain falling over much of Columbia, much of Richland County. This could lead to worsening flash flood conditions in the city and east of town. I'm just looking at some more reports here. Report out of southwest Sumter City of 2 inches of rain in 50 minutes. Some seriously heavy rainfall rates with these. So these are creating very heavy downpours. So the rain falling in a hurry, causing that really rapid change in flood concerns. So we have the issue here again in Richland County, the additional flash flood warning farther to the east towards Sumter County. Both these warnings for a threat for flash flooding, and that's going to be our primary concern through this evening. So highly discourage you to travel, especially between Sumter and Camden tonight. That road likely is dealing with some ponding. There's more heavy rain coming that particular way. That we've had several reports of cars being stuck in flooded roadways around Sumter County this evening, especially around the Oakland, the Dalzell areas, north side of Sumter, dealing with some flooding as well. As for Columbia, it doesn't take a ton to get at least some flood problems here in the city. Think about 5 Points area that can often flood with these heavy downpours. That might be an area to avoid for the next couple hours. And it's not just what's happening right now, but again, you can see additional storms firing up back behind this, and they are training over the same areas. That's our concern, is if this continues to happen for at least the next couple hours, we could be looking at a pretty serious flood problem. So if you can, I would recommend just staying indoors, especially between Richland County and Sumter County. Between Columbia and Sumter, not going to be a very safe drive at the moment. So that's what I'm tracking right now. If you have any reports to pass along, feel free to leave those in the comments. We'll pass that along to the National Weather Service so they can have a good gauge of what's going on outside. They are actively looking for some reports. We'll have more updates coming up here live on Watch Fox News at 10 with the latest check of the radar and the flood